One of the features of science and technology is that they do not lead to decisions by themselves. Science is at the service of human beings, not their master. Human will determine the direction of science and technology. So it is obvious that human will cannot determine fate nor the ethical direction of science and technology using science and technology alone. Therefore, humans need other factors in addition to the experimental sciences. The interest of a particular scientist in researching a particular area and his choice of studying that particular aspect depend to a great extent his psychology and his morals. Unless the conscience of the researcher is formed properly, according to the broader good of humanity, his endeavors could have destructive effects also on the human life and ecological harmony. There are not only constructive tendencies in human beings, as you know very well, but also self-destructive tendencies. You know that there are many youngsters who take drugs. Why? But there are many others who do not take drugs at all. What is the difference? Certain people have self-destructive tendencies, So certain people have antisocial tendencies. And all these people can use science according to their whims and fancies. So therefore, the formation of the person is more important. Suicides happen as a culmination of self-destructive tendencies. Homicides and other crimes happen because there are antisocial tendencies in human beings. Therefore, ethical values of researchers and society determine the quality of the scientific research undertaken. Pope Leo XIV, addressing a conference on bioethics, urged the scientists to make such occasions as a valuable opportunity to reflect on the ethical implications of scientific progress and encouraged interdisciplinary dialogue grounded in the dignity of the human person. He expressed his hope that such efforts would foster approaches to science that are increasingly authentically human and respectful of the integrity of the person. Some people claim that science is a realm of objectivity where there is no place for ethical considerations. But we should not forget that even in the most abstract scientific disciplines, including physics, mathematics, and logic, the development of concepts, methods, and standards is historically shaped by social needs, political power, and cultural assumptions. Objectivity is not achieved by removing oneself from society, but by consciously reflecting on how society permeates science at every level, from research questions to institutional structures. Knowledge is shaped by the cultural, social, and historical position of the knower, and that certain social positions offer more complete or more critical perspectives. Feminist standpoint theorists explore how power and knowledge are co-constructed and question the assumption that any researcher can ever be truly neutral. The anthropology of science studies how scientific knowledge and practices are shaped by culture, society, and history. It explores science not just as a body of facts, but as a human activity embedded in social contexts. The anthropology of science reminds us that science is both knowledge and culture. It evolves with human societies, reflecting our values, struggles, and aspirations. Studying it anthropologically helps us understand not only what science discovers, but also how and why it discovers. Therefore, the values that govern the society and human persons play a pivotal role in the quality of research we undertake. They are one's religious beliefs which determine the vision of one's life, also interact with his or her search for truth. Let me conclude with a quote. Science asks how, faith asks why. Together they give us the most beautiful picture of the universe we can imagine. When we hold science and faith together, we see the stars more clearly, we hear creation more deeply, and we find ourselves drawn closer to the God who made it all. Thank you.